TV show. If it is your first time, please subscribe. The video you are about to watch, which I'm going to release in a minute, but before then, let me give you the insight of what you are going to be watching or listening to. The person you are seeing here is Shepherd Bushiri, and Shepherd Bushiri is also known as Major One or Prophet Shepherd Bushiri. He is a Malawian Christian preacher, motivational speaker, author, and businessman from Malawi. He founded and led a Christian non-denominational charismatic evangelical church known as the Enlightened Christian Gathering, based in South Africa. Now, what you'll be watching ever since last year and last 2 years, this man's name has been all over the internet. Some people following the miracle he performed where he rose somebody from the death, and ever since then a lot of stories have been saying about him. And some recently they said he was arrested, he was charged to court. So these are the things that he's going to be clearing in this video. If you are his followers, I want you to listen to him, and I don't want to say anything because God said we shouldn't judge. I will not cite anything. Let us listen to him. After listening, please come to my comment section and leave your comment or what you think about what he said. Let's watch together.
For those of you, it's the first time to come across to this story. My name is Prophet Shepherd Bushiri, a leader of the Enlightened Christian Gathering Church that is currently in more than 70 countries in the world. And according to our recent census, we have recorded about 7.8 million people who have registered online as members globally, and about 3.2 million people have registered as members in South Africa alone. I went to South Africa in 2015, where, among others, I have a ministry that I was running, and I'm still running until now. And also, I'm a businessman who do different businesses. And when I came to South Africa, our ministry grew rapidly. And because of that, we have, well, I can say, both positive side of it and negative side of it. Yeah, being a young black person, having success has attracted different attractions, and some of them are positive and some of them are negative. But that's a story of another day. But the main issue I want to address today is I am currently in Malawi. I came here the night of Wednesday this week. I came here for a few reasons. As we are all aware, and that I have got cases in South Africa that I have to answer. And as I promised that I do not want to abscond from any trial in South Africa, and I will not, because it's a wish of every person to have a fair trial and to have their innocence proved before courts. I believe in the law, and I'm a law-abiding citizen. But the events that have been happening in South Africa are so much uncalled for, and I can call that I can say that there are a lot of injustices that have been happening in regards to my constitutional rights as a human being. As I said in the background of all the events, in 2017-18, I had a lot of problems with some people who were coming to me in the name of law enforcement, or let me say police officers who were looking for money, to extort money from me. These people gave me tough time to extort money from me, and I opened cases against them with the IP department in 2018 in South Africa. IP department is a department that investigates corrupt police officers, among other duties they have. In 2018, I also reported these people to the National Commission of Police. I reported this issue. After reporting to him, he referred me to the former Minister of Intelligence, Minister Bongo. He also referred me to Minister Bongo. He called the head of intelligence, his name was Fraser at that time, to hear my case. Not only that, I am told that there was General Matakata in South Africa who was informed of this issue. In 2018, when this thing was not being done, we went to the Inspector General of Intelligence as well to report this matter, that there are people who want money from me, and they're saying if I don't give them money, I will be arrested and I'll create so many cases against me. When these things were not being addressed, I thought of coming to Malawi in 2018 to involve human rights groups. And the human rights groups in Malawi wrote the South African Rights Commission, Human Rights Commission, where they addressed them that the prophet in your country is going through a lot of injustices and threats. These threats continued to a level whereby in 2018 I had to, for the safety of my kids, send my kids back home to Malawi. And as I'm speaking to you, they've been here since 2018. At that time, one of my child was 4 years and one was 6. But because of the threats I was getting from these people in exchange of money and or arrests, I had to send my kids to Malawi, though they were very young. I had to send them to Malawi for safety reasons. As I've said, I informed a lot of agencies in South Africa, including the National Commission, the Minister, the IPD department that opened the case against them. The human rights groups in Malawi wrote the South African Human Rights Commission, and the South African Human Rights Commission also wrote the judge president of the Hawks, informing him, informing the office what I was going through. That is in 2018. Shockingly, in 2019, the same group of police officers I had opened cases against with IPID, they came to arrest me. I felt unfair and injustice because I have a case against them, and them to have a case against me, I thought they would excuse themselves from this case and have an independent group of investigating officers carry the case. But this did not happen. They arrested me and my wife over buying a private jet. They claim it was money laundering. And we were arrested for claims of money laundering. Of course, though, eventually in the court indictment, there was no money laundering. They attached my private jet on money laundering issues, even though eventually they have removed the money laundering case in the court indictment. And I wonder, why are they still holding my private jet if it was money laundering case that they were holding my private jet? Eventually they changed the case to contravention of foreign exchange, which according to me, the things they claimed applies to someone who is a South African citizen. I did not buy a private jet as a South African citizen. I was a foreigner at that time and did not hold any permanent residence in South Africa. As such, the act they mentioned did not apply to me as a foreigner who bought a private jet. More importantly, that I provided with the courts how I obtained the money and how I made the money. And having said that, these same police officers were still on me, and I had a lot of people coming to me to claim they've been sent by these 5 police officers, of which I have the evidences, and I presented the evidences before, even to the judge president of the Hawks. I also presented these evidences to say these people are making up cases against me, and all they want. And I presented the evidences before, even to the judge president of the Hawks. I also presented these evidences to say these people are making up cases against me, and all they want is vengeance because I opened cases against them. I would, in a fair case, I would expect to have the people who I opened the cases against to excuse themselves. I'm not. But I believe I am subjected to a fair investigation that is legal, not illegal. I therefore, when I saw that the same investigating police officers who I am subjected to a fair investigation that is legal, not illegal. I therefore, when I saw that the same investigating police officers who I opened the cases against of extortion were still on my case, I told my legal team that I want to be heard with the Constitutional Court of South Africa, which we made applications to say I have got rights that I need to be heard by the constitutional courts. Unfortunately, I wasn't given an opportunity to present myself before the courts, and to make matters worse, these same police officers came to arrest me again. Why they arrested me again for the second time is because I also opened a case against one individual and one company that came to our church and took a lot of money from different people and defrauded our members in the church, and I had a problem against it. What I did, I called my partners to help the victims who were defrauded. I called lawyers to assist me in this issue, and they were assisting me over this issue. We even went forward to approach the National Prosecution Authority that there are two groups of people that are defrauding our people. One company, and we even helped the National Prosecution Authority with my lawyers to make affidavits how these people were defrauded. When I saw that, I involved my partners, as I've said, to raise money. Over 55 million rands was raised to help the victims. And I opened a case against the people who defrauded the members in the church. Shockingly, when these same police officers arrested the person who defrauded us and also arrested me, and to make matters worse, arrested my wife too. For what reasons, nobody knows. Okay, I have got no problem with the arrest they did against us. But what was more shockingly is the life threats I began to go through while I was in South Africa. In February this year, I almost got shot in Sandton at a filling station. I opened a curse in South Africa. There is a footage. I think it's right now the Sandton police, they are aware of this case. They even have a footage where my life was at a risk. I almost got shot. And until today, nothing has been done. I feel my life is not safe in South Africa. So many times I've had attempts of assassinations. I feel my life and my wife's life is not safe. I wouldn't want to die while my name is not cleared. This is the reason why I decided to come to Malawi. After all the attempts I've mentioned, that I tried all those attempts to my power and my strength to be heard by all relevant authorities in South Africa, I was not heard. And this is why I'm in Malawi. I have arrived in Malawi, as I said, Wednesday night, and I'm here right now in Malawi. Unfortunately, our president in Malawi left for South Africa the day I had arrived the following morning, so I have not had any moment to discuss this issue with my government. We are thinking, we have made a decision on Monday to formally approach and communicate with the government of Malawi on the concerns I'm about to mention now, that the government of Malawi should help in raising up these issues that I want to raise. As I've said, I arrived on Wednesday. I have not yet met any government official in Malawi. I haven't communicated to any government official. As I said, the president was away, and we are communicating formally to the government of Malawi on Monday on the following issues. One, I am in Malawi, not running away from any trial in South Africa. If I wanted to run away, I couldn't have come to Malawi, and I couldn't have announced that I'm in Malawi. Running away you go in a country where you don't tell people where you are. Right now, I'm informing the whole world that I'm in Malawi, and I'm here in Malawi because I'm a citizen of this country. Therefore, I have come to seek for my government intervention over the following issues I'm going through in South Africa. One, that my safety in South Africa is not okay. I am seeking my safety to be considered, that the government of South Africa should assure me of my safety, as I have said that my safety is not okay. I have opened a case where I'm looking forward to have feedback from the government, whether the people have been arrested or anything has been done to the people who wanted to kill me in South Africa. In Santon, until now, I'm not being communicated. I also feel, as a second point, that there's a conflict of interest. I open cases against these people who all the times are the ones who are arresting me. And I feel that there's injustice. I can't have a fair trial in such regard, in such cases, where same people I opened the cases prior to them arresting me are the same people who are coming after me. One would wonder, in South Africa, are they the only police officers that the government of South Africa has? Can the South African government have a different independent group of police officers who can investigate independently, who have got no conflict of interest? These are issues that are really concerning me, because I want, as any person, to have a fair trial. I've come to Malawi to lodge these concerns, and I hope to do that on Monday, that the Malawi government should intervene for my safety in South Africa. So I am partially, temporarily in Malawi to lodge these serious concerns to the government of Malawi, that they should help me as their citizen, that they should talk with their fellow counterparts in South Africa and communicate these issues, more especially for my safety. I would not want to die while I have not cleared my name. I would want, it's to the interest of every person to have a fair trial. And I hope I will not have a fair trial in South Africa. To make matters worse, one of the investigating officers who is investigating me on immigration issues was arrested on corruption cases. As I'm speaking right now, he's arrested and is part of the team of the investigating officers investigating my case. This is to show you how much my statement means to you, and I'm telling you that there's been so much extortion issues to get hold of me, and I feel there's vengeance against me. This is why all these cases are being opened against me. So I'm calling for that the justice system of South Africa should look on these matters seriously. I've also instructed my lawyers that on Monday they should make an urgent application in the courts of South Africa that my bail must not be revoked, as I've come here only to seek for intervention of the government of Malawi, that they should consider these issues as they will lead to fair trial. To also make a statement on that, I was under the scrutiny of South African law authorities in South Africa, and on Monday I'll be subjecting myself as well to the Malawi law enforcement. Whilst I'm here in Malawi, that I'm here, and in case of anything, I'll be also subjecting myself to the law enforcement agencies here in Malawi, as I'll be presenting my concerns to the government of Malawi that I am still under the law, and I'm putting myself as well on Monday under the law. I'm not here to run away from trial. As I said, I would want to have this trial be done, but I don't think there will be fairness in this trial if these issues are not considered. Right, so this is the reason why I want to address the general public that I'm in Malawi. I'm calling for fairness to my trial. I want the justice system of South Africa. I believe in the law system of South Africa and the justice system of South Africa, and I believe that the justice system of South Africa can appoint an independent group of investigating officers who are not implicated, because I opened cases against them prior to them opening cases against me, and I think and feel I can't have a fair trial. Another thing, part of my concern that I want to raise, if the South Africa justice system can also look at this matter, because part of my concern, being a black person, being investigated by these 5 white police officers, having about 3 white prosecutors, and having a white judge, I don't think I'm going to have a fair trial. I want this also to be looked upon, that there is a fair trial that we are going through. So I'm in Malawi right now, not to abscond from any trial, and I'm not running away. I've not sold any property in South Africa. I have not exchanged any company. I have not transferred any money from any of my accounts out of the country. I have not changed anything. Everything remains as it is in South Africa. But I'm here to seek for my government intervention, of which I believe, when I communicate with them officially on Monday, I believe they will intervene as their citizen to make sure that the South Africa government intervenes on these issues, that I have a fair trial. With these words, I would also like to raise a point that I obtained a permanent residence in South Africa legally. I applied through the South African embassy here in Malawi, which after 4 months I was told I qualified for the permanent resident. I got it legally, and unfortunately, to show you how desperate these 5 investigating officers they can go, they are trying right now to push immigration to remove my permanent residence. What does that tell you?
Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time or first day of coming across my YouTube channel or seeing my face, you are highly welcome. Please willkommen to meine Kanal. My name is Linda Chukwuezi. It's coming as Miguel. That red button that says subscribe, and you turn on the notification bell so that you'll be able to get information on notifications.
Bis zum nächsten Video und einen schönen Tag. Tschüss.
Tschüss. Bis man subscribe to Linda's TV show. What are you waiting for? Click on that red button that says subscribe. You turn on the notification bell so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Leave your comment down below and share this video with your friends, families, and colleagues until we meet again in my next video. Bye bye.